Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet. And we have Alice.km back in the studio with us.
Yay,
and
part two.
Night Fever.
Hello, hello.
What is your actual name, too, if our listeners want to know?
Chris.
Okay, cool. Welcome in the green room. So you are also a music producer then, too,
Yes,
right?
yeah, for many years, yeah.
Very cool, very cool. Well, we already heard about her background, so let's hear how you got into music.
Well, when I was a kid, there was a piano in the living room that was kind of just like an ornamental thing from the 1980s, and no one in the family played it except my grandma. She was a church organ player, so she was highly trained. So she would come in and play, and I'm so enamored by it. I just kind of self-taught myself piano, and then later on in life, I got into punk rock and stuff, and had to learn how to play guitar. So I just taught myself how to play guitar, and next thing you know, I was in bands and. Later on in life, I started actually doing music more professionally, and then I got into event production, event producing, and through that I started DJing, and next thing you know, it was just nightlife entertainment, and the music became my life and everything that involved around it, for sure.
That's so exciting. That means you can do the DJing and whip out that guitar and start playing the guitar solo.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, I was in a lot of bands in LA. I was in LA about 12 years. Well, I was in the music industry about 12 years, doing it full time, and so I was in a number of bands, but I had a couple main bands that really I was doing full time and touring and doing shows constantly, all the time. And so now when I DJ, I can pretty much whip out a guitar, look at what key it's in, and just instantly jump in. So it's really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
The fact you're able to teach yourself, were you just immediately able to tell each key by ear and chords by ear very easily? Or that's always, as I got my start in piano too, but I had lessons, and it's wild to me that people are able to teach themselves. I was able to start writing songs and think of new ideas once I understood it all, but it's mind-boggling. It's impressive that anybody's able to do it. Yeah. I
did by ear. I would just sit there and play on the guitar and kind of see where is this on the guitar? And for me it was 3rd fret, 4th fret, that kind of thing. And it's really funny. There's a funny story when I was 23 years old, living in San Francisco, and I was working at this 24-hour diner, and this guy comes in. These two guys come in. We just got done recording this super cool record, and this is a really famous guitar player. And I'm oh, I play guitar. And the guy's oh yeah, what's your favorite key to play? And I was oh, I don't know. He's do you like A minor? And I literally looked at him, I was A minor? I was I only know what key that is. And he's bro, you know what A minor is? And I was no. And he's and passed me off. And I went home and looked at what key that was. I was are you kidding me? This is most basic
You're
key.
No, I'm not in a minor. So what are you talking
yeah, well, fair, yeah. But no, it was this key. I was it's this basic key of all time. In fact, it was the first good key I'd ever learned in. I just didn't know the name of it, and honestly, I didn't know the names of keys till much later in music, when I was in my 30s and living in LA, in this in a band house with 12 of us living in there trying to make this band happen, and none of the all my bandmates were all pretty new to music, and so I had to learn what the keys were so I could communicate, because we went from 5th fret to D, whatever, but now I'm okay, now we're doing A sharp minor to blah 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 blah, and so that's how I learned. But it's funny, I literally was just all ear for most of my life.
It's funny that at first you didn't even know the technical terms. That's a funny story.
The most basic, playing key of G. What's that? Yeah, exactly. I don't even know, dude.
We had a fun moment a few years ago where we were at a festival that I was playing, and I don't remember how we got into this conversation, but I taught Chris what the circle of fifths is, and it was mind blown, and he was wait, so you're telling me that these specific keys I can play one track and then this other track will harmonically match it? And I was yeah, dude,
it was
that's how that works.
We were looking at the 10th, and I just popped up. I was oh my god, I get it. If you're in this key, you can only go to those keys, and then they all work, and then oh my god. And so I immediately jumped into my car and started pumping disco to prepare for DJ sets in the future. Oh yeah, I got this.
I always think of DNA are best friends and then go from there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's funny. But I was in my 40s at that point when I learned the circle of fifths.
You look so young. This was mind blowing to me to find out that your age, because that's not old. It's not an old age, but you look so much younger.
Yeah.
What is the secret to that?
I've had work done.
Have you?
Well, so I'm a man of many lives, and you'll probably find that I have so many chapters in my life. But one of them is I actually worked at a medical spa in South Pasadena and in LA.
Really?
And so I got hired to be this receptionist, and the next thing you know, they found out that I was really good talking with people and explaining treatments. So they made me a consultant. So next thing you know, I'm meeting with people, talking about these treatments. So then I would get treatments done so I could sell them.
Wow.
So I've had like PRP, photofacials, laser treatments. Yeah,
Really?
all free. Yeah. I feel like you look so young. I'm like, well, darling, I wish it was natural. Yeah. So it goes.
Well, it worked then.
Yeah.
You do look really young. Yeah.
I'm a big fan for PRP, but that's a whole other story. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Platelet-rich
The
plasma.
vampire facial.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about that
okay,
on the
yeah,
show.
yeah,
Come
okay.
on.
Now I know. Yeah, Candace.
Come on.
Yes.
It actually
that's right.
saved my joints too, because I had carpal tunnel playing guitar and waiting tables my whole life. But I had really bad carpal tunnel syndrome when I was in LA, my first part of my early music career, and the PRP shots like actually got my hands back. So like it kind of saved me. Yeah.
Oh wow, so it's that level of effective, because carpal tunnel is a huge issue.
Yeah, I'd had shout out to Music Cares. They had given me a complimentary. It's a really fun story with that, but they had given me a complimentary surgery, and it brought the pain down like a number of points significantly, but it still wasn't quite there yet. But the PRP shots just sent it home. To this day, I've had zero issue. I play guitar, I DJ, I have a computer. I mean everything. You know, I lift, I skate, everything. You know, so it was transformative.
You're back to 100%. It sounds
Yeah,
like
basically.
that.
Yeah.
Ironically, I just had last night dinner with my friend Candace, and she's a PA. She's a like a doctor, physician's assistant, and she has her own anti-aging clinic.
Oh wow.
And she's on
yeah.
next Tuesday. And she,
Holler, yeah.
yeah, it's exciting. So she took a break for a little bit, and now she's back in action. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So we talked a bit about Alice.km's upcoming show at Walter Warehouse. What is your next upcoming gig, so that way we can, give it a plug and promote it a little bit?
Well, I actually, we all met because of Mustang Mountain, which is a festival that Caitlin and I both co-produced.
Which I want to talk a lot about that.
We'll get there, yeah, sure.
Yes.
But so every year I take like a little bit of a break after that big event, because I do events nonstop. I'm constantly producing, constantly DJing. I'm doing like 2 to 3 events a month sometimes, along with DJing other people's parties as a resident or just getting hired. So right now I'm a little bit on a break, but my next DJ gig is at Walter Studios, supporting Melt Festival.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm DJing
when is that?
With Sean Watson, Cassidy, Saturday, August 16th.
Okay, awesome.
Yay.
So the week after hers then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very
Wait,
cool.
so it's
so
August
important.
16th. Is it here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's at Walter. Okay, Walter.
Yeah,
Okay.
Walter Studios. Yeah.
It's so important to take those breaks so that you don't burn out. We were talking about this a little bit last show, that it's important for artists to manage the schedule, because so many do get burnt out from trying to do too much. So it's good to take those breaks to be creative and get back to working on the roots.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Honestly, I love it, because I can every time you plan an event, you're worried. At this point, I'm pretty thick-skinned with it. Like, I don't really get stressed out about all the things that you used to get stressed out about with events, because there's so many factors at play at any given time. But now it's it's nice to wait, I can just be present. I don't have to worry about like a gig or this or that, or texting this person or whatever, or I got this idea for this party. None of that. It's let's make art. Let's breathe. Let's read a book.
I'm amazed you're able to throw events without any stress, because I threw one event one time with one stage at a venue that was already done, so I didn't even have to build this stage, and it was so stressful just dealing with one headliner. So.
Don't let him fool you. It's not that he doesn't get stressed. It's that he doesn't get as insanely stressed where
crying in a bathtub.
Yeah.
Literally done it. Yeah. Well, the more you do, the stronger you get, and that's kind of my whole thing. It's I always try to challenge myself to level myself up. One time I volunteered to do a 3-story party to raise money for MoCA down in Tucson, the Museum of Contemporary
Oh, sure.
Art.
Yes.
So I did their big annual fundraiser, and I kind of just volunteered myself to be the event producer, because I really no money, not getting paid at all. I just wanted to produce a 3-story party museum, and there was definitely a moment in the car where that Rihanna song "Stay" came on, and my band had played that previously, and that was a song that my band had played where I played piano, and my lead singer just sang. It was just the two of us, and so it's really heartfelt for me. That song came on, I started bawling, crying, and I was just and I realized oh yeah, it's because Chris, you're probably really stressed out right now. But now it's I property manage, and we do events there, and I also been doing so many events so consistently. Now I'm at a point where I've noticed myself getting stronger with it, where I'll get stressed, but it's hard for me to get stressed out. And I think it's a good thing, because that means that I'm now ready to level myself up further to where I can find that cry in the bathroom stress, because if I'm doing there, then I'm doing pretty good stuff, in my opinion. So
well, otherwise you can have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because that's actually what our show is going to be about next episode. because Candace went through a really hard time. She's going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it for her, but yeah, she was going through a divorce, and a lot of things were happening, and so so you have to do some me time.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know, like you said, the bath and you know, the massage and all that.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have any me time?
Occasionally.
Yeah,
At
I think.
night?
Well, okay. Well, what I was gonna say was I have found that recently we've had so many back-to-back big events, because right before Mustang Mountain we had an activation at Desert Hearts, and then we had like 2, not quite as large, but still like 2 events right before that, and then I think we had a string of like 4 events the month before. So like it's been a few months now where I think the only me time I get is when I'm alone in my apartment in LA, just like staring at the TV. Like I can't interact with anyone right now.
I'm sure you go get your nails done, or you know, do something me time that's pampering. It just makes you feel special.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we heard, I think that you met through a friend.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear his version.
So one of my buddies he's a guitar player in a few like pretty big bands, and right when his journey was starting, he had this little apartment that he was renting out of this bigger house up in the Hollywood Hills, and literally the Hollywood Hills, like the Hollywood sign, you know, behind it. And I went over there one night for his birthday. Actually, no, it was the night before. He was having his birthday party at the Thirsty Crow in Echo Park, and these babe towns walked in, like 3 fashionable babes, and I was like, oh, who are these ladies? And I definitely saw them.
I've never heard Babe Town. That's cute.
Oh,
Babe Town. That's his go-to.
There was the commissioner, there was the governor, and then there was the president of Babe Town. And I was like, okay. So I made a note, you know, and then but you know, I didn't talk to him. Believe it or not, I'm kind of shy, but certain times.
You are
it's hard to believe
that.
Yeah.
Ladies, I'm like.
I'm gonna say, you might be setting a record at most words per minute. You're chatty. You're a chatterbox.
You do not see that.
I know, it's
That's in your head.
I know.
On our way here, I wasn't feeling too great this morning. Chris was like, don't worry, I'll do all the talking. I was like, that's so easy for you, bro. Like, that's not a hard sell.
Yeah, so Andrew's having some friends over at his house the following night. So I went over there, and I'm sitting on the picnic bench, and these ladies show up again. I'm like, oh, my heart starts repating. You know, I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, sweat starts dripping down the brow. And we were talking, you know, and just kind of making the schmooze, and then we all went to dinner together, and it was me, Andrew, and like literally 8 girls sitting at this table. And I happened to sit next to Caitlin, and Caitlin and I started talking about how we're both really, because like this is like the music scene, kind of the
like live music.
Yeah, and that was the kind of the live music like crew that we're all hanging out with. But you know, I'm really into dance music, have been for many years. In fact, outside of music, I throw dance parties and stuff in LA, and so nightlife culture is a really big part of my life.
When's the next one? I want to go. But keep telling your story. August
16th at Walter Street.
Well, August 16th in Los Angeles is my release party also.
We
so
can
you've
be
got
2 places
options.
at once. Yeah.
So wait, you both have something on the same night?
Yeah, in different cities.
No way. Oh my God.
So
that's a great sign you're both making it.
Yeah.
That is. That's
epic.
Great. So back to your meeting.
We were sitting next to each other, and we started talking, and we realized we both really like to go to raves. And so I had a lot of friends that threw raves, or I guess I still do. But anyway, I invited her to this rave, and so we just started to go out to these like dance parties. We started out just as friends, and then one night we're at this after hours, and sitting next to each other, and out of nowhere, I just felt this huge compelling just to like lean over and kiss her, just like smooch town. And for a gentleman, you know, hanging out with ladies, like that's never something that's a line I just don't cross. And I noted it. I was like, wow, like I just never really want to just kiss a person before. Like this is kind of wild. But I kind of held back. I didn't do anything.
Shows your energy was like already drawn to her.
Yeah,
you could feel that.
And then like what was it, like a few days later, I was DJing at a Semi-Tropic, and I look up for my records, and I just see the eyes, and I was like, oh, it's on. And then a few moments later, we never stopped kissing. 6 years later, we're still kissy kissy. Yeah, it was on. Yeah, it just was on. Like the second she gave me the eyes of consent, I was like, oh, mwah, mwah, mwah.
That is so cute. Yeah. So 6 years later, and we're still all smiley, giggly. I saw you guys. They were DJing together the second night in Bisbee, and just your chemistry was so obvious, and the way you guys were dancing together, it was just beautiful.
Oh,
You could see that you guys were in love. Very, very sweet.
Yeah, we have a one of a kind connection in my life. It's in, I guess ours.
But I find it interesting that you're living here now and she's living there.
Yeah, we
So long distance.
Yeah, we.
A little bit.
We were here. We kind of landed in Arizona unexpectedly in 2020.
I talked about this
Yeah.
last session a little bit.
And you know, for me, my biggest thing is I want to build a brand, like an event brand, and it's very, very important to me. I want it to be my legacy. I kind of gave up a music career, you know, to pursue this, and we're doing it down in Tucson, and we're doing well with it. But we kind of like didn't know really where else to grow, and she kept getting booked these really big gigs up here, and we saw the market, and I was like, yo, I think Phoenix is the place for me to like build this brand.
Okay.
There's so much talent here. It's wild. Like you've got DJs that are world class. You've got circus performers that are incredible. You have like all these venues, and but whereas in LA, you know, it's like it's you still have that too, but it's very saturated. And I wanted to be able to like have a market where I could really showcase like my particular style with events, which, you know, is basically like dance music meets cabaret meets like immersive environment. And I really wanted to hone in on that. And so it made sense for me to stay in Phoenix, but her being a producer made sense for her to be in LA. And since, you know, I lived in LA for 10 years doing music, I was like, well, you know, I agree. Like, you need to be in LA. Like, you should be there, and we'll make it work. You know, like it's not too far down the road. So we moved her to LA, and I've stuck out here. And then my life here has taken its journey, which I'm really, really happy to say it has. And her life in LA is definitely doing well too. You know, she's like, guess I'm going to dinner with this A&R guy, blah, 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 this manager. I'm like, yeah, girl, you slay. But you know, I think we're just meant to like kind of we're meant to have our seeds in these particular different markets to help our individual self grow, but then also complement each other at the same time and have that.
Well, it's smart because you can
only a
be both
50-minute
marketing in
flight.
different
Like in the
areas.
terms of distance relationships, that's pretty
Yes.
easy. Like,
Yeah.
It's such a quick flight.
Yeah.
It is.
We've
It
been
is.
together a long time, so.
It's more of an annoying flight because I'm like, I'm in the air for less than an hour. Like, what? Like, can this just be done? Or, you know,
It's more time in security, basically.
Yeah.
I usually do a drive there and I just put on an audiobook, ancient history, and just hit it. Let's go. Just kidding. Sorry. That's my bad.
Well, it's true because by the time you get to the airport and you
Yeah.
do all that
It's the
security
same
check,
amount.
I like
it
to
is
drive.
almost the same
I like
amount of
to
time.
drive.
Yeah.
You might as well just drive. Yeah.
I like
And then you have your car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to do a late night drive, just put on a podcast, audiobook, and just cruise it, you know, put on some dance jams and just hit it.
So what's
Yeah.
your personal favorite event that you've produced, and then what's your personal favorite event that you've performed at?
Oh man, great question. Oh, that is tough. I think, okay, so I have to say, as much as I want to say like Mustang Mountain, a shout on that, because that was absolutely an exceptional event. I have to say, I think my most favorite event in my entire life was when I was in mid-20s. I was living in San Francisco, and I was my brand, like there's a party called Gemini Disco, and we had grown up really fast. We went from a basement in Chinatown to like the beauty bar, and we had literally a line down the block, and it was my first like time being a promoter.
Wow.
And I was sleeping next to my girlfriend, and I wake up one morning and I realized I had a dream when I was 7 years old of me like walking to this playground, walking up to this balcony, looking to my left and seeing this guy dance on stage with all these people in this crowd, which I now know is a nightclub, but I didn't know this. I was 7 years old living in Texas, Houston, or no, outside of San Antonio, I'm sorry. But I realized like, oh my God, I can live that dream, because there's a venue in San Francisco called Mezzanine, and they have literally the mezzanine is a mezzanine that you literally can walk up with a banister and look over, and the stage is to the left. So I was like, there's no way, I have to live this dream. So I call up my friend Beth, who worked for Mezzanine, and I'm like, Beth, like, I kind of want to do a disco party with y'all. And she's like, Chris, it's uncanny that you just called me, because we literally just got out of a meeting wanting to hire you for a big disco night. She's like, we've already got it mapped out. We're going to hire an 18-piece disco band from Brooklyn, New York. We're going to fly them out. We're going to just do this. So then I went in, met with them. We booked it. We did it. And that night, when it was one of the biggest parties they'd ever done, like line down the block, it was over capacity, sold out.
What's the capacity of that venue?
I think their venue was 900, but we had 1,400 people all in.
Nice.
Wow.
It was
Oh,
huge.
cool.
And I was sitting with a friend of mine, and I was sitting there, I was like, oh, bro, like, dude, I'm about to go live my dreams. So I walk up to this balcony, I look over, and there it was, like this audience filled to the brim of people having a great time. And what I loved about it, as a side note, it was all walks of life. because we were kind of in that like hipster scenester kind of scene, but like really that disco party, everybody was there. Like the people from Marina, Burners, the gay community had come out, the drag queens were there, like everybody was there and just celebrating dance disco. It was beautiful. But I remember what was cool is I look over the balcony and I'm like, oh, I'm due on stage in about 3 minutes to be that guy, like to fulfill my childhood fantasy. And so when I did, that's when I knew that events was like my thing. And so even when I was a musician, I was always having my heart of hearts, like, okay, when a band makes it, we make a bunch of money, I'm gonna finance my brand. And my band makes me so mad. Like, Chris, no, you gotta focus. Like, well, rock stars own restaurants, like I can own my little circus club night thing, whatever. But yeah, I think that event was hands down my number favorite. And I think one of the best compliments I got from it was on Monday I was going to pick up my check and have the meeting, and I'm in the elevator and there's this British woman and she's like, darling, were you the gentleman that threw that party on Friday night? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I want you to know that was one of the most fabulous parties I've ever been to in North America. And I was like, oh, thank you, that really means a lot to me. So I tell this to my friend Beth, and Beth's like, do you know who that was? And I'm like, I have no idea. She goes, that woman is the #1 event producer in Europe. She like throws multi-million-dollar events for like all the big brands. Like she'll throw a $5 million party on a giant yacht, for Calvin Klein or something. And so for her to give me that compliment, it was the best compliment I ever could have been given. And so that's what I knew that was like, that's what I needed to do. So yeah. And as far as performing, oh man, Daybreaker, hands down. I DJ'd at Daybreaker late last year in November, and that was one of my favorite DJ gigs I've ever done in my whole life.
Were you there?
Very cool.
Yeah, that was a fun party.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so
we woke up at 5 in the morning for him to get there on time.
Yeah, it was great.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just so cool to be a part of their team, and they're an amazing group of people. They truly are. They're extremely professional, and they're all so talented. And they've got horn players playing your songs, and like that's great MC, and he knows his intuition knows the drops, and that was so fun. Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
So are you still daily producing music?
There's a piano at the house that I manage, and so I play that very often. But honestly, music has kind of taken a back burner to events and DJing. But with this annual break, I think I'm going to get back into music. I really want to produce a solo record along with, which is way more like ambient and more like emotional. I want to write a song that like is my ode to humanity. Like, don't worry, guys, we can get through this. That hopeful, like.
Yes.
Yeah. But I also I want to make some edits with some disco house tracks and like stuff like that, because I have a pretty deep collection of rare disco, and there's a lot of like songs I've never heard sampled and like brought up to like to modern standards. So I'm gonna take a lot of that and kind of create some like new house edits of some older songs and kind of make that Night Fever's kind of angle. But yeah, but also on the side, piano time, oh baby. No, just kidding.
that disco party sounds so epic. I want you to like revive it and bring it back. Yeah, you should definitely do another one, because I feel like it's also something that's coming back in right now. So hot, like everybody's dropping disco tracks.
Yeah.
So we actually have a disco party that is about to have its 4th anniversary in Tucson.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, I want to go. When is it?
We haven't set the date yet.
Yeah, we were gonna do it in September, but I think instead of doing a 1-month break, I'm gonna do a 2-month break this year. So I think we're gonna schedule it for early October. At this party, I started doing it in Tucson.
How about my birthday, October 20th?
Done. Let's do Phoenix's version. We could put it in Phoenix easy. I was super down with that. We did a Double Diamond Disco at Club Contact, so that was really fun. But yeah, the one in Tucson I'm very proud of, because we started out doing this like strictly 70s throwback night. And then, honestly, it was after about a year and a half, the audience was like, can we please hear any other song besides Gimme, Gimme, Gimme? You know what I mean? Like, please, just anything else. We all love that track, but So then the next one we did, Caitlin just happened to throw down some disco house that one, and that's when the audience lost their minds. And I was like, oh, we just now went from like kind of a throwback kind of night to now we're a club night. And so now we pretty much exclusively play like disco house. And the audience loves it. And what's cool about it is that...
Well, you can't stop dancing.
No, you can't.
You can't stop dancing. I mean, we dance for hours.
They hoot and holler. What I love about it, too, is they don't really watch the DJ, which is really cool. They watch each other, and I'm so proud of that. Like, the music just invites them to dance and celebrate each other, as opposed to, like, trying to focus on the DJ, which, of course, we all love. But it's really the people's night. And... So yeah, we've kind of become a staple with it down in Tucson, and we're celebrating our 4th anniversary. But that is a party we're looking to kind of branch out and build out, bring out to the world. We usually have burlesque, drag, or some sort of cabaret element combined with it. I'm a real big fan of like what Studio 54 used to do, where they would like enhance the music with lights and performance art and like all these things. And so that's a big part of like what we do. And so we want to bring that to Phoenix and the world. But yeah, but that party is called Double Diamond Disco. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So that kind of sounds like almost a revival of the OG San Francisco mezzanine party.
Straight up.
It's kind of like the newer version.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I mean, I can't stop. That was the thing that night in mezzanine. I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing for the rest of my life. Oh God.
And now you have the Alice. Because your background also was art management or something like that.
Yeah.
What was the title of it?
Entertainment management.
Okay, entertainment management. So you have that expertise as well. So you bring it together. And it's the dynamic duo, right?
Yeah, and like when I am not working on music, I freelance as like marketing and social media professional. I guess that's the word I'll use. But so like I do a lot of our like all of our like marketing, business strategy type stuff for the company.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it really is a perfect pairing, and we didn't even mean for that to happen. Again, it's just she made the eyes at me, and I said yes, and then next thing you know, and then one night we were at, was it the night after my birthday party? We were,
I don't know which story you're telling.
Last night's makeup story. How we named the brand. We've been
Maybe?
partying. Yeah, we'd had a real good time the night before, and we wake up, and Caitlin like goes, "Oh, I'm still wearing last night's makeup," and I was like, yo, that's the name of a party if I've ever heard one. So next thing you know, 5 minutes later, she had it booked, and Last Night's Makeup was born. And then from that, we decided to make it less of a party, make it the brand, and that way we could do anything we wanted underneath that umbrella. And throughout the past like 5 years of doing it, it's really it's interesting. Like our synergies have really like come together and shown they complement one another really, really well. It's great. I mean, we couldn't ask for a better partner. And the universe just kind of gave both of us that, I think, which is cool.
Well, it's incredible because you both have the same passion.
Yeah.
And I think, if you're dating somebody that doesn't have that passion, it's hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard. And it sounds like you both aren't controlling.
No.
And easygoing too.
Super supportive, yeah.
Yeah.
And fun.
Yeah.
I saw you guys dancing for
Sometimes,
hours.
No, it's a lot of fun. It's wonderful. In fact, when Caitlin DJ'd M3F Fest, and I was like her roadie and like carrying her bags to like the stage, I was so proud. I was like, this is so cool. Like my partner's like a big DJ, and like, oh gosh. And even if nothing even happens with me and my stuff, like it's fine. Like I love seeing her excel.
We already do have it happening. You just threw a super successful event, like what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Not even.
No, it was last week.
Oh yeah, last weekend. Yeah,
Still recovering.
Yeah.
See, it was that recently.
But,
So
Mustang Mountain.
It's just wonderful. Like I was a musician for many years, and my partners had a kind of a hard time with it because it is hard to like have a partner in entertainment life because they're up late, they get a lot of attention, the partner doesn't.
There was a string of 12 weeks last year where every weekend I was in a different city, and like we saw each other for 2 days a week for 3 months.
Yeah, it's super supportive because it's just like I see where she's gonna go, and we all want her to get there. So whatever it takes, let's go. And I'll be there to support. I always say I'm gonna ride Alice.km's coattails in a way, but or just hold on. Oh gosh, here we go. It's gonna be one wild ride. Saw her here first, folks. Yeah.
So you don't have to answer this. Do you guys ever have a little fight or
Never. No. I'll put it to you this way. I'm a Capricorn, so my sign is a goat, and she's a ram. So
it's we butt heads a lot.
We do.
Who's the one that says sorry first?
Because I'm usually the one that has to apologize.
Yes.
Tell a spade a spade. Like last night. Sorry, babe. Like, it's fine.
So you have the show coming up on the 16th, and then you already have Mustang Mountain. What are more things you see in your future with event planning? Is there any big goal? Is there a festival?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a certain specific big goal that you want to put out in the universe?
For the next phase of things, I've got 3 major goals I want to do. There's a 4th one, it's auxiliary, that might be a separate brand altogether. It might be a more elevated, a more high-end brand, like a boutique brand, like a full-on boutique brand that does retreat weekends for higher value events, retreats, things like that. But for for like, you know, what we're currently doing, the 3 things that I want to do is, one is a cabaret show. I'm gonna put on a full cabaret show, like just focus on that, maybe a dance party afterwards. But I really want to showcase Arizona talent with that. The second one is doing a dinner.
Do you already have people in mind?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you do. Okay.
Last year at June Jam, we collaborated with a friend of ours to do a cabaret on Saturday of the festival.
Very cool.
Were there 10 performers in that? I think
so. Yeah.
It was pretty big. There were like 10 performers. Amazing. A combination of like burlesque. Did someone do? I think someone did fire or silks.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And we heard from friends of ours who are on the opposite side of the property that they heard the screams from the cabaret.
At main stage, no less. Our friends at main stage
could
heard the
hear
screams above the music at main stage.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like that.
Oh, wow.
In fact, we just did one at Club Contact. So we have a party called Club Lipstick. And that party is again, it's a lot like Double Diamond, where it showcases cabaret with dance music, but it's less disco focused, more like just like house focused, house music. And that one we did a cabaret show, and the audience was screaming so loud that people were like talking about the decibel, or hurting their ears. And I've been doing this for 20-something years, and honestly, I've never heard an audience scream that loud before. And that's what I knew. It's like, we got to do this. We got to sink in and really showcase this and bring this to life, because the ultimate goal is to travel. Like, we want to do a traveling show. I have a circus background, and that's my dream, is to do
a circus background.
Like a modern circus, but I want to do like a modern circus that's like more club oriented. You know, kind of open for everybody, but it's dialed in what it kind of does in a way. But definitely club centric.
Well, it reminds me of Elro. Elro
Yes.
is like very circus, like carnival.
Exactly.
It's like a troupe basically, and a lot of them can do stilts and like different types of professional dancing. But the crowds at Elro shows are always moving so much. Like, it elevates the show so much. Like, when you see these videos of a DJ dropping a song and nobody's moving, that never happens at a show where they have the live performers, and it's so much more elevated. It gets everybody moving.
Yeah,
it's a huge difference.
Exactly. Give the audience that color and that imagery, and it just enhances everything.
It almost makes it a different experience with how much more the people dance. Because I've been at so many festivals without it, where nobody's moving. I'm the only person dancing in eyesight, and I'm like, I'll still dance. I don't care. But it's wild how some people go to music festivals and not dance. It's confusing to me.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I literally don't understand that.
Did you see me dancing?
Oh, all weekend long. It was
All
amazing.
weekend long.
My knees still hurt. I'm just kidding, they don't hurt. So circus, tell us about your circus.
So under the cabaret thing, so with the circus, basically the ultimate vision with Last Sense Makeup is we want to be a multifaceted event brand where we can, we have different things that we do, but we're it's like Cirque du Soleil in a way, where Cirque du Soleil can like do lots of different types of shows. That's what I want, but I want to like do like a techno night or like that. But every event we do, I want us to have it this like general template where there's going to be interactive cabaret. There's like the environment is designed, and then also like really good high-end dance music. And preferably we work with local talent to kind of build up that scene. And if we go to different markets, we'll work with the local talent in those markets. And once she's a massive headliner, which probably will happen, you know, she'll be our main person. And then we'll probably work with like other people in different markets, because we want to help build local talent up, you know, and work with local people. But at the same time, we'll probably bring on our own people as we move forward too, because we ultimately will have to. But that's the ultimate vision. But so the steps I want to take to get there is, right now, you know, I want to do a cabaret show, and the next thing I want to do in conjunction is do a dinner theater, like a separate club thing, like high-end chef, wine pairings, and then put on a theatrical performance like to each course. I have a background in that, where I worked at a dinner theater in San Francisco, which is how all of this got started. And it was like Cirque du Soleil meets fine dining, and it's like, that's really, really something I would love to produce.
I actually went to a Cirque du Soleil show that was exactly like that in Miami at the Faena. Yeah, and it was one of the coolest experiences I've ever done. It was like exactly like you're talking about. They brought like chorus after chorus, but then there was like different like stages of performance, and it was kind of like a play, but didn't really have a fully connected plot. But it was fascinating. But it was like the #1 night in my life where I felt like I was like James Bond or something. So I was like, what am I doing right now?
And you nailed it.
But it was cool.
You nailed it. So the Teatro Zanzani was a dinner theater I worked at, and they did have a storyline for their show, but I was like, I kind of want to tell a story without telling a story. So it's exactly it. I want the audience to have their own storyline, and like have the food pair up with whatever the performance art is, and so that's something that's always been inspiring for me. We've done it to an extent, but not really as dialed as I really want to produce it.
If you're ever in Miami, go to the Faena and go to that show, because it'll be great inspiration, and it's also just one of the coolest shows I've ever been to.
Is Faena a hotel?
Yeah, it's like probably the most upscale hotel brand in the world, but it has the coolest artwork inside too. So it's literally like going into a museum for free. Like, it's worth going there just for a drink, a very, very overpriced drink, but to look at all the art, because it's literally like a museum.
Was that for the wedding of one of your best friends?
Yeah.
You were the best.
Yeah.
You were the what do you call that?
I did not
best
stay
man?
there though, because the cheapest room is like over $1,000 a night. It's insane. Yeah. But the artwork inside that place it's literally like an art museum.
Faena.
The Faena.
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 But yeah, go to the Cirque du
go.
Soleil show. The tickets are expensive because of where it is, but
Like, how much
I think they're
is
like
the show?
$120 or something.
Oh,
But it was like
okay.
Oh, that's
it was
not
like the
bad.
coolest Cirque du Soleil show I've ever been to though. So yeah, definitely,
Faena.
definitely, yeah. It sounds exactly like your vision. I mean, your vision's probably going to be cooler because it's going to be more extravagant, but it's similar to what you're talking about.
Yeah, I love Cirque du Soleil. They've been a big inspiration for me for many years. In fact, when I worked at the dinner theater, every night we'd all sit down after the show at this one long table in the back, and I'd have dinner with all these performers, and a lot of them were Cirque du Soleil's original performers, like from the 80s. And so
wow.
for hours and hours and years, actually, I heard the whole background of how Cirque started, and they all started out as stilt walkers in Montreal that went on to do this whole huge empire. And that sounds great, but really I just want to focus on just like one thing at a time. But at the same time, they're a big inspiration for me. And what's cool is I actually do have a lot of connections in that community, and so when our brand reaches a level, I can reach out to them. I mean, they'll be extensional hopefully, and so it'll be really cool. We can bring that to what we do.
Are you the type that would also still get back into doing like the live performance and live acrobatics too, or do you more just want to manage the event?
Great
Are you
question.
the type who would want to be like, give me a costume, I'm going out there?
You nailed it, bro.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing. I think one of the
You want to participate?
I
Okay,
don't know his
awesome.
last name, but I want to look it up. I'm not divulging where I get my hair done because I don't want everyone to go there and then I can't get in. But the director of my hair salon, when he's not doing that, he is swinging from ropes, and he's doing all these, and he just
Trapeze.
Yeah, trapeze, and it's incredible. He does it every single night.
Wow.
And his partner is totally okay with it, and he just came back from Thailand because all of these people went there. But he's done Cirque du Soleil, he's done all kinds of stuff, but he's local, and he kind of took a break from it. But now he's
You should
back.
give him his contact information.
That's what I'm saying.
It sounds like a
Yeah.
5-star recruit.
Yeah.
For
Oh, no.
future shows.
When you see his, I don't want it.
I mean, that's why I love Phoenix. I was having wine one night where I work at my wine bar, and I'm just talking to this guy. We're talking for a couple hours. Next thing you know, he tells me that he's actually he owns a trapeze setup. He does flying trapeze, and that for a certain amount of money, he literally could bring out a flying trapeze and set it up and have like flying trapeze artists. And I was like, bro, like, can I get your number?
After working all day at the salon, he goes all the way to Tempe.
Yes,
And they're all there
know
together.
It's them, yeah.
Okay.
It's
and he does it like every single night for like 5 hours. I'm like, he's like ripped. His body's ripped. Yeah.
I think where they go is that's the guy I was talking to. I think he either owns that facility or that's his setup. And so that's why I love Phoenix. It's like a small world.
It's such a small
It's so
world.
cool.
So many performers.
Such a small world.
Yeah.
But obviously it's his passion for him to do that every day after he's worked all day. I mean, come on. That's what he
So
did.
we went through the kind of like Cirque du Soleil style dinner show, and then you talked about doing the other type of show, and then you said you had one other goal.
One more
yeah,
goal.
Yeah.
What
was that last one?
My apex goal for Phoenix, my number one thing is I want to create a club night for Phoenix that's all local driven, that's a showcase of all types of talent, from the cabaret to the DJs to interior, not interior designers, manager property, to like, visual artists and things like that. Like I really want to showcase that. Like in LA, there's a party called the club called Rhonda, and you don't really go because the DJs, you go for the party. Like, and that's the thing. And I want to.
Can it have good wine? I'll be the wine director.
Please.
Can I pick the wine?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
I want to do like a club night where maybe Walter Warehouse, Walter Studios, but I want to do a venue that like just is Phoenix's go-to dance party. Like it all walks of life, everyone around town, like it's your birthday, within that proximity, like that's where you want to go. And so
I love it.
for me, like
Would it have food too?
I mean, that would, I guess, well, yeah, I think so. I mean, some venues do serve food for sure. I would
Could
like
be
to do
some
something
good
more
food.
incorporated. Yeah, touche.
I mean,
yeah,
the food is so expensive at some of these events,
Yeah.
and it's terrible.
yeah,
And then there's no good wine. That's why I loved your Mustang Mountain.
yeah.
There was actually great pizza.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Ember, I think was it called Embers?
Embers, yeah.
Hey, give him a shout out. 'Cause
I have
it's
to give a
probably
shout
a
out.
local
It
food
was-
truck, right?
Some of the best pizza I have ever had, and I'm a pizza aficionado. And then you had such great wine. The Rune wine
Mhm.
was delicious.
Yeah, we love Rune.
And I only found out later on that Rune wine is so sustainable. Nobody spoke about that when I was there, but then I did my research, and it's all solar powered and
Mhm.
off the grid. It's incredible. So, saving the planet.
One show
Show
at a time.
time.
It's like our little catchphrase. Like,
I love it.
I love Rune wine. I think that James Callahan, shout out from Rune, and Ember Deep Sky and everything else he's involved in. He's an exceptional talent with wine and everything that man does. That man literally left that party, went home, slept off a little bit, and then got an airplane to go tuna fishing. You know what I mean? The guy's just
He flew the airplane.
built different.
He's just a
Wow.
world-class human, man. I love that.
But you know
man.
what?
Off of a wine hangover, I wouldn't trust myself flying.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
Going down.
people that talk about doing things, and then there's people that do things.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's one, you're either one or the other.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's the doer.
Oh,
I would
big time.
love that introduction to get him on the show. Could you
Yes.
Yeah.
have him on the
absolutely.
show? Because
yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I love his wine, and he's never been on my show, and there's been, or the show, your show. His wine is so good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What was that? Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
I know that's another
Gunsmoke is
one of his
great.
wines. Yeah.
My
So.
favorite Rune wine is Wild Syrah. The first time I ever had it was on his vineyard. The first time we were DJ'd there, and I'd taken my shoes off, so it was like my feet were like on the raw land. I was holding the bass, like right for this drop, and I had the wine glass in my hand. I dropped the bass, and I just put the wine glass in the air, and I was like, "To Bacchus, I'm at one with you," and it was just like, oh, it was so great. Like drinking wine from the land and like DJing. Oh, it was my favorite moments of my life.
Well, you guys picked such great DJs. I thought everybody was so
Thank
great.
you.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I did the lineup.
Wow, I was just very impressed. And
very happy
of course,
about
Seaford the DJ, my daughter was
Yeah,
there.
oh, she's
So
shout
good.
out, and she'll be back in town soon, so I'm excited.
Yay.
And then Deep Chetty, why weren't you there?
I was working on some music that night, but I'm definitely gonna go next year because it sounds like an awesome event.
Mhm.
I have FOMO now that I missed it. A lot of FOMO. But so next year, you think it's still gonna be one day, or you're gonna go to 2 days? Do you think?
I think the 2-day thing, because it's like climbing a
that's the
mountain.
goal.
Literally, it's what it feels like. You drive down to wine country. It's this beautiful epic drive. I feel like Mustang Mountain itself is like the big show Saturday nights, like the top of the mountain. But then Bisbee afterwards was so much fun.
It was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Mhm.
It
Yeah.
really was.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing.
And
Yes.
and what's cool is that like Rune is on. So the Mustang Mountain is literally in Sonoyta, and it's the mountain that looks like little biscuits on top of it. So what's cool is that we start on one side of the mountain, and then we go to the other side of the mountain and do like the follow up after party. So I feel like we have to do that. We have to just keep it 2 nights, 2 towns. I know that confused some people.
That
but-
bar was so cool. What was it called?
Bisbee Social Club.
It was and there were so many great restaurants there.
Yes.
What was it called? The Screaming Banshee.
Yeah.
Another pizza place.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Screaming Banshee. And what was that cute little hotel? The Jonquil.
Yes, the Jonquil.
Jonquil.
Yep.
I might have to, buy a hotel and invest in a hotel there or something.
Let us
We-
know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we love Bisbee. Bisbee, like, I am such like a city girl through and through. I forget if I said this the other day, so forgive me if I did. But like, I have never been to a small town in my life and been like, I want to live here. And Bisbee did that to me.
I
Wow.
agree.
I was like, I could buy a house here and like do this. But then I realized how far away the airport is. I was like, oh, that might not be realistic for how much I travel, but like,
It was just
love
it
it.
was just a really cool, like almost like a bigger Jerome
Mhm.
ghost town.
100%.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, with really cool architecture and it was cute. We met so many people. I mean, my sister talks to everybody, and then I do too, and then Rachel now does too. So it was like we met people left and right. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then everybody at that Jonquil knew each other.
Mhm.
yes.
So everybody walked from the Jonquil to this bar,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it was just so much fun. And we just
Yeah, it
closed
was
it
great.
down. It was so great.
We did.
We ended up sleeping in the car. Anyway, those details we can talk about later.
Yeah, that's what I love. It feels like you climb a mountain, right? You're at this peak, and then you're like on the way back down. There's this like ledge, which is Bisbee. It's like you're not quite down the mountain yet. You still got one more little viewpoint to go, but and then we all like wake up hungover and drive home. It's like or come back from the mountain. I loved it. I felt like it was such a cool, pardon to use this phrase, but like a boutique experience. It was like this like kind of niche boutique. It's not for everybody, but it's like those that go, we're gonna show them the best time we possibly can, and it was a lot of fun.
Oh, I know the restaurant we ate at, the Bisbee Table. Yes.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bisbee Table. It was so good.
So do you want to plug some of your upcoming releases? Because I went and listened to some of your songs, and they're amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I listened to your track, Crowded Room. Definitely one of my favorites of yours.
Wow, I'm impressed that Jen did that. Good.
Well, she did great songs. And
I told
also
you.
listened to your Dirty Bird mix. Very impressive.
Thank you.
So yeah, everybody go listen to those. And then so they can get excited about your future songs. What is coming out soon?
So it just got announced this morning, but my single Won't Give You Up, which came out earlier this year, has a remix pack coming out on August 15th.
Very exciting.
Yay.
And that has 3 remixes of the track, all completely different genres, like all house, but all different like subgenres of house. So that's cool.
Yay.
And we're doing a release party to celebrate on the 16th at Paper Tiger Bar in Los Angeles.
Very cool.
Wonderful.
And then this has not been announced yet, so I can't say details, but I have an EP coming out in September. And I have another single and another remix that I'm waiting to get the details for when they're coming out.
So people can go follow you at Alice.km to stay posted on when those songs are coming out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And how do people follow you, Christopher?
I must plug my brand at Last Night's Makeup Party, and then also my 2 other ones would be DJ_Night Fever NGHTFVR, because who needs vowels in 2025, and then also my cabaret performer, which is Hot Weather Disco. Yeah.
So if somebody wants to hire you guys for an event, they just go to your Instagram, or
Probably, yeah.
is that the best way?
Yeah. Or email.
Contact us on Instagram, or you grab our email address from the Instagram account and shoot us an email.
I love it. Yeah, do you also do weddings?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I DJ
Ish.
weddings pretty frequently.
We
Well,
DJ'd
about
a wedding together.
two times a year about, so it's not like all the time, but I will DJ.
But you'll do,
Yeah,
if the price is right.
yeah, for sure.
Okay.
The money's usually good with a wedding. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if it's not, they're trying to rip you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also too, if it's like usually we have fans that approach us like, I really want to DJ our wedding, like that's when I have to say yes, and I negotiate my rates, but it's like and they always meet it, but like for instance this one currently under contract with this person where her best friends had come to my disco night Double Diamond down in Tucson years ago. And I usually don't like song requests because we all know as DJs it's very, very problematic.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate song requests more than anybody.
And this guy walks up to me. He asked me to play. It was later in the evening, so faster BPM, and he asked me to play "Born to Be Alive" by Patrick Hernandez. I think the guy's name is. It's one specific '80s dance track. And what's crazy is like, wait, yeah, that's the perfect key, perfect BPM. Pff, I'll play it. I played it. This whole group of people started jumping up and down and crying and like laughing, and like it was this beautiful, beautiful moment. And I clocked that. It was like, wow, like they really love this song. And then later on in the night, they came up to me to thank me, and they said that one of their best friends had recently passed away, and that was his favorite song.
Oh.
And so now that group of friends, they love me, they adore me, I love them, they're amazing people. But now one of the girls in that crew wants me to DJ her wedding. I was like, oh yeah, 100,000%, I'll make time. Like, let's do this,
It makes it a little better that they gave you a good song request. Usually the song request is like, can you put some Migos on? I was like, go put a radio on, it's already playing. Like,
And one time I was DJing for like 500 people on a main stage, and someone literally came up like on the stage with the phone in their hand, like, I'm not leaving until I hear this song. And I'm like, well, you could just press play on your phone, put it up to your ear, and walk out. I don't know, like it's like really random. It was like, wow, like the audacity. Like you just walked on stage, you walked like 10 yards of empty stage to walk up to me to like take my attention, take my time, and like demand a song. Like, wow. I mean,
it's like a lack of respect for the DJ for sure. It's super frustrating. It's like, especially if you put a lot of preparation into that set, it's like, obviously I don't have time to play your songs. I have hundreds of my songs I didn't get to play.
So I have a question. Do you sing?
I was, all the years I was in a band, I can do backup vocals, but I would say I'm more of a guitar player than a singer. I'm way more of a musician, yeah.
So do you think you'll produce a song together where you have the guitar?
We've tried. No, just kidding.
We've tried. We don't work well in the studio together.
Yeah, we did different styles. Yeah.
Well, I challenge that.
I know. I think nowadays we could probably rock it pretty hard.
I think
honestly.
we need to
Probably
make this
better
happen.
than a few years ago. Yeah. I do have a track that I released in 2022 that Chris did play guitar on, but
oh, how do we find it?
It's up on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen, wherever you consume music. It's called Crystalline. But
cool.
It's very different than the music I make now, so I will just say that.
Is it one of your favorites?
No, my sound has changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I no longer kind of think of that body of work as relevant to what I do now as an artist.
Is Crowded Room more towards your new sound, would you say?
Crowded Room fits in. I'm trying really hard to straddle this line because you know the artist Azeka?
Yeah.
Her bio puts it really well, and I don't want to carbon copy her, but her bio is specifically
You're quoting it, so it's okay to, you're saying you're inspired by her. Yeah.
So she specifically references channeling both light and dark within music, and that's what I have been trying to do for a while and straddle the line between the two of them, and I haven't quite know how to put it into words, but that's exactly it, because I love the melodic piano sounds of artists like LPGOB, and then I love the dark straddling the line of progressive house and techno sounds that Azeka and other artists in her vein do also. And so I try to blend. I'm trying to really straddle the line between those two sounds and make them come together and make it work. And I think Crowded Room, for example, fits in there perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
When did you produce Crowded Room? What year?
It was released last year.
Oh, okay.
But
so it's recent.
But I made it a year or two before it came out. So that track might be 2 or 3 years old at this point.
All of your songs are awesome, but that one I was I put it in the playlist of gotta buy this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yay.
Love that.
Yay.
I've been very fortunate to see her create these songs before they get released. She'll DJ them on big systems when she gets booked these bigger gigs, and it's so cool because I'm yelling, she produced this, and I was like,
he literally will go around the crowd and be like, this is her track, and just yelling.
That's so cute.
It's a good promoter right there.
Yeah.
That is adorable.
Just so y'all know, I know you love this track. We'll take it even further. It's hers. Yeah. She wrote it. Yeah, it's great.
It's huge though, because it means you spent thousands of hours getting ready for the set and not just hundreds.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It's a huge difference.
So do you ever go back to an old song and then tweak it? Because you're now that I'm doing this, I'm going to take this song and re-release it and change it up a little bit. Because, I told you we have the art gallery Andrea. Mm-hmm. My mom's a famous artist, and so is my sister. But my mom, sometimes there was one painting, and I wanted it, and it was an older painting. And I said, can you just add a couple more, I want a little pink in there. Can you add a little pink rose? And she goes, I don't do that to my own paintings.
Yeah.
It's rude for you to ask somebody to change our art.
But then she did. I said,
so you asked for the remix and she did it.
Oh. She did. So.
No, I have thought about that, but at the same time, it's my earlier stuff is just so not what I would play out anymore these days.
Okay.
That I'm I don't even want to
go there,
sink the time into trying to update it and make it something that works. I'd rather save it for when it makes sense. Let people who love that sound enjoy it, because there's some deep house playlists and things that they're on Spotify. They have a time and place where they work and where they make sense, but overall, I'm just trying to keep forging forward with.
Move on.
Yeah.
Move on. Okay.
We only have a minute left, but I have one question left that'll be pretty fast to answer. I heard a lot of keys in your songs. Do you play and record them yourself, or do you just pull samples?
Good question.
Combination. I do work with a MIDI controller, and so I'll play what I want to play, and if sometimes if there's something in my head that I'm I know I want something that sounds like this, but what I'm playing isn't quite matching, I'll find a sample that's similar, drag it through MIDI, and then edit everything to fit exactly what I was hearing and looking for.
Okay, cool. Because I play the piano too, but I haven't figured out how to like record the piano live and make it sound good or make it sound better than samples that are professionally recorded. So I'm like just trying to pick people's brains to learn more about recording live instruments. But
and you should be singing live too. It's so cool. When she was there with the mic and I saw her and she's singing, I'm like, you are just the coolest.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, we only have like 30 seconds left. So go and follow both of them on social media. Can you tell everybody how to find your Instagrams again? And yeah.
Mine's Alice.km. There is an underscore on Instagram.
At Last Night's Makeup Party and DJ_Night Fever, no vowels.
Yay!
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. That was a great time.
It was amazing.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
When something exciting is happening again, we'll have you back on.
Yay!
Yay! Bye! Saving the planet.